Love cigarettes, man. Why am I here? What am I doing with my fucking life? What is going on? Why? Why are you looking at me? Why is this not Pappy's kitchen? Why am I here? Why is my fucking balding head being seen, not somebody else's? I don't know. Well, because somebody called somebody's wife the C word, and since that happened in voice chat and Discord got terrible rap, which is not true and not fair because Discord's the shit, and I was kicked off this little program, and now I was used as a tokening chip to make peace, so I came a man of my word, and you will get a rush segment this week because it was dropped on me like I just fucking mentioned, and it's just a bunch of bullshit, and I have no fucking clue what any of this does and why is this all so fucking petty. And you know what? Just really, man, fuck it. Just fuck it. I'll do it. Just fucking do it. Yeah, so I was cleaning out this love seats, storage cubby little fucking thing. And I found this box of fucking mayonnaise. Well, it's not a box, but it's a jar. This is a box of fucking strawberries and a jar of mayonnaise, but I still, can't explain who put it there, why it's there, but I just left it there because it smelled really, really bad. I want somebody to find it.
This is it. This is it. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It does fucking matter. Did I do it? Did you? I don't explain. But you would come later, man. But you would come later. You should have known that people forgetting themselves is going to do. No. Let's go.
This fucking piece of shit has been broken so goddamn long. I just couldn't take it anymore, so I just bought the new fucking part. Turned out it was only like $3. But you can't change your fucking oil when your oil cap's like that. I mean, look at this fucking thing. It's spring loaded. Like, what is this? Really? Come on. Like, the new one's pretty simple. Just a piece of plastic like it shouldn't be held in there. All you should have to do is like this. Secure the fucking O-ring in so it doesn't spew out everywhere. But no, not on the old one, because GM's fucking GM. They want to make you rip apart everything to be happy about anything, because they're a bunch of fucking pricks, particularly in the early 90s. Look at this thing. Boom. Beautiful OEM. Well, no, it's just a plastic molded knockoff, but it fucking works. And it works beautifully. You can't ask more. And this thing is like, come on. What is that? Really? Come on. I got some exclusive footage for all you gearheads out there. I hope you enjoy. I mean, I was going to do like a bunch of custom music, but I'm really fucking tired, and as you can tell, most of these videos don't have it, and I didn't really want to do it, so I'm just going to hit this tambourine for a little while, I guess. I mean, that works. It'll be better next time, I think. Whoops. Machine sounds. That, like, isn't the sound of my toilet. It's this weird fucking fish tank. But look at this plug. Isn't this the weirdest fucking plug you've seen in a while? So I was in the wonderful world of Discord the other night. Well, I heard this story about this really drunk guy who made macaroni and cheese, and for some reason he decided to mix it with honey. And it was fucking strange. I've never heard anything like it. Today, on this beautiful day, we're going to go visit my father. We haven't spoken in a long time, so this should be interesting. I mean, he's got a new place since the last time I saw him last, as you can tell. But, I mean, I'm still fucking paying for him. He's a fucking dirtbag, obviously. But here we are. Let's go. So, here we are, sitting here with my father. Do you have any questions for us? No, not really. I think you're a fucking waste of space, you degenerate. You shouldn't even be wasting time. I should have fucking, drizzled you on top of an ice cream cone and thrown you out a fucking window. Really? Is that how you really fucking feel about me, you piece of shit?
Yeah, no, that's how I fucking feel about you.
I'm glad you fucking died when you did.
Well, good.
I'm really fucking glad you didn't take care of yourself.
Really glad.
Yeah. No. What the fuck is this, really?
Yeah, no,
all this
fucking
time
that's
all
all fucking happened. Having you might have been the fucking worst.
Yeah, good job. Good
fucking
job.
you.
Yep.
Fuck
yeah,
you.
I'm just
Fuck
doing shitty
you.
YouTube shit with
Fuck
my
you.
life. Yeah, I'm just a fucking
Fuck you.
degenerate. I mean,
You
yeah,
are-
I thought
you
you'd
are
be
just a
proud. Of
fucking
it. Nope,
degenerate.
you're right. I'm just
No,
fucking
I will
wasting
never
my
be proud
time
of
making
you.
videos for some dumb
fucking
YouTube
piece
channel
of
for
shit.
some guy named Kirk. You're right. But you're the fucking asshole who turned me on to this, so thanks a lot.
At least talk radio is
Fuck, that's how
fucking
you can feel.
entertaining.
Jesus
You're not
Christ.
even
We're talking another
entertaining.
fucking 40. Fucking
Yeah, that's the only way I can
drunk
fucking
driver.
handle living
you
with
were
you,
better
piece of
drunk
shit.
driving than you were sober. And like, what the fuck, dude? You know what?
Fuck
I
you.
can't fucking take this. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck
Eat
this.
a
Fuck this.
fucking
Fuck
dick.
it. If your fucking magnet collection isn't on my level, stop talking and get the fuck out of the world. Get the fuck out of just stop existing. Get your fucking magnet game on my level. To be more of an asshole than I really am, but like I kind of feel half this YouTube shit really doesn't care and they're focused on themselves, and like look at the level of shit I use just to make the trash. And trust me, I'm not fucking proud or happy about what I do and produce in these videos. I don't go to bed feeling like I'm fucking king shit or anything, master of YouTube worlds. I just do this for a hobby because I went to school for it. But I don't see anybody else with nearly a tenth of this fucking equipment doing any of this stuff. Somebody called me a tool the other day, so I'm going to show you some. I love the set. I love these clippers. I love these snippers. I love these wire benders. And I love these pliers, nice and pointed. I love those pliers too. I love this little crowbar. I don't know what this one is actually. I love those bits. I forget what they're called. These are faster bits actually. Clippers. And you know what? I'm just going to just babble. That's a nice extension. Old school twisty brake caliper tool, weird socket thing, gear puller, oil filter wrench. I don't know what that is. It's a weird vice grip thing. Love crests and wrenches, miner's hammer, ruler, old school file, adjustable wrench, rivet gun, electrical hammer, micrometer. Compass thingy, weird Torx, weird angled wrench, very tiny thing, planer, like a 38 millimeter bolt, brake line tool, torque wrench, I forget what those are called, wheel puller kit, strut compressor kit. I'm not gonna lie, I really like to play with paint stripper, and I have made a mess with this guitar, and I really don't know what to film. Like I said, this whole thing was dropped on me, so I bought a turkey pan, because I didn't care, I guess. Like, I'm just gonna leave this bit in, because it's what it is, and I like to just pour a whole gallon of fucking paint stripper. It's not a gallon, I think it was 32 ounces, 2 pints or something like that. But it's decent when it eats the foam right off your brushes before you can even throw it down. And I just like looking at how the paint comes off. It's a little bit like watching grass grow. I guess it's the exact opposite of watching paint dry, because, well, it's melting, it's not drying. But just you get it everywhere. Just throw it on. Just fucking drink the. Well, no, do not drink the paint stripper. It's actually like napalm. It's really bad. Later on, when I was cleaning it, I was using my regular like kitchen gloves, and it still was melting through those. And I might have some chemical burns on my hand, and looks like that thing from the movie The Goonies. But I'm not going to complain about it because it worked really well, as you can see, as it's just swirling right off. And this is only after like 5 minutes of letting the shit corrosively eat away like it's, the elephant's foot of Chernobyl. The whole cleanup crew had to climb up there. It's fucking DNA just eating it right away. It's really, really, really fun stuff. But I couldn't get Airplane Stripper, which is a crazy name for a product, but it works incredibly well. It's probably the best stuff I've ever had. I think they might have taken it away from the market since I live in the hood, and it's essentially like spray napalm in a can. And I could see why people wouldn't want that on the streets. Like if you're doing like hood rat stuff, like fuck, spray paint. Just get a can of that and spray paint it on cars. So that's why I'm thinking they might have taken that away from me locally. So they make it a little harder, and I have to use things like wire brushes and stuff to get all in there. But it works. With the random shit I've shown you, would it surprise you that I also randomly buy pins? I bought that pin for the boys. I don't really know why I bought this one. I bought this one because I love Chinooks. I don't really know what this one is, but it looked cool. I was born in 91, which is why I bought that. I bought this one for Don Cherry, actually, because he's done some dumb things. My grandfather was in Korea, and that's why I bought that one. I wear it on my hat. I also bought this other Korean War one. Because my grandfather was the shit. He would jump out of planes and spoke like 7 languages and would strangle people with piano wire. He would tell stories. It was cool. I really, really love driving. This car is not very safe. It's a big piece of shit. It shakes over like 45. I think the fastest I've ever been, though, was when I was going to Tennessee with my buddy. He has a minivan. Well, he had a minivan. And we were going like 137 in a Dodge Grand Caravan, but it was like the 3.8 V6. So it was, it was a more powerful model, but that's still faster than a minivan should ever go. So this fucking headlight died, and like the screw stripped, so I just been driving around with high beam. So I'm going to show you how to change it. First, since the screw's dead, you kind of have to find the right sockets and gather the tools you need. As you can see, that bloody transition, and the socket that fits it doesn't work, so I had to use this nice vice grip I got for Christmas from my brother. Since that's the type of family we are, we give each other fucking tools for Christmas, since we're weird. But, it gets the job done. You just keep unscrewing it until... Can I get the bolt on? I can't forget. I'm doing this live. I'm kind of doing it one take since I'm really tired. Yeah, no, I think I got the bolt. No, I was able to work, and then you just twist and twist and twist and twist and shake and shake and twist and twist and twist and twist and twist and twist. But those are really long bolts, and like the thing with fucking Dodge I hate is they make you fucking remove it, and that's just the worst. They make you take the whole headlight assembly off to get to the fucking bulb. You can't just stick your hand back there and twist it like normal cars. Oh no, they make it difficult, and those aren't like normal traditional bolts. Of course, there's Torx heads, so you really have to do it. And then you get the whole thing out. You look at it, blah blah blah. You unscrew it. You find the bulb that you clearly identified that I didn't talk about when I was showing that light clip, and then you just make sure to unscrew it. I think it was clockwise. Put it back down, make sure it doesn't really care. They're a bitch to kind of unclip. I found out you have to pull these blue things out first, and then pull the detent out from the actual old stock. Busted one, which I then went into my trash can and I fucking threw as hard as I could because I love the sound they make. They're almost like firecrackers or M80s when they go off. But then you put that blue thing somewhere so you don't lose it. Rip the old one off. Carefully you put the new one in. You want to make sure not to touch it, or you could fuck it up. They say something about skin oil. I've never really done it. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I've done it plenty of times and I can't notice it. I've never noticed the difference. Then you just, do everything in reverse, and you call it a day, really. What else do you want me to tell you? It's a headlight. If you have to pay somebody to do this, you're not good with tools, I guess. I don't know what to say. Don't take it personally. I just do it. You find the right king, you line it back up, twist it in, you screw the bolts. Oh, I'm going too fast. You twist it in, you line everything back in. Since this is a Dodge, it's a pain in the ass to align everything. Oh, drop that trash. I made sure to pick it up. Don't worry. I live in Lawrence. I just don't litter. And then you just screw everything back. Yeah. We're back, and we've got more light bulbs. I don't really know what this type of light bulb is, to be honest with you. This is an old school LED Philips one. I believe the other one was a grow bulb I got or something like that. This is just an old filament tube lamp one, like candlestick one. It's pretty cool. It's pretty bright. This is one of those cheap knockoff imitation fire ones. Yes, I stuttered there. Bad speech impediment. Long story. No clue what this one is. It just looks cool. I acquired it at a flea market. This is one of the green ones I have. Traditional filament. This is another traditional filament I have. It's just fucking painted green. It's cheap as hell. And I believe I have a green LED one, which is pretty cool. I like it. We're going to take this brief intermission to look at some flowers since, well, I don't really know who's watching this anyway. I could be talking about, particle physics and nobody would care or even understand, I bet. Because, nobody's watching. They're pretty flowers. I mean, it's a Canon. It's a camera. They're on my porch. I mean, they probably come from Lowe's or Walmart. Who the fuck knows? I just look at them and take pictures. Sometimes you just, you need a cigar. Celebrate your losing, your life, your fucking failures. And I quite honestly wanted to see how this compared with El Tiante's, a man who's not known for getting shot and doing sketchy shit. Unfortunately, they only had the full Papi. They didn't have the medium Papi size, which was kind of disappointing since it's a little cheaper. And I kind of like the smaller, medium-sized ones, but I decided to give the full one a shot and show you how to light it up. I prefer a punch over a cutter. Do you get a cleaner cut? I mean, that sounds really dumb. I'm not gonna lie, but it's what it is. You punch it in, you stab it in. You like to twist it. You usually not. You don't get as much fraying, but really, the tasting notes weren't that great. It was a very average cigar. It was a very medium cigar. I wouldn't call it quality. The phone was more important than the cigar. The mandolin was more important. The people staring at me were more important. It was just kind of what it was. I wouldn't really pay what they wanted for it. It's like the Apple of cigars, I would say. It was way over fucking priced. You would never really buy that piece of crap.
Yo, CBM here. Kegging day. I have everything sanitized. This is cold crash, meaning we threw it in the fridge. I did it for about a day. It just makes everything sink to the bottom, so it's easier when you're siphoning out. Still have 2 additions. Smells awesome. All right. I'm adding 2 cups coffee. And then here's our vanilla beans that were steeped in vodka. Put this over the keg to catch anything, any of the vanilla beans that are trying to get through into the keg or anything like that, any yeast. I just get shit all over myself. That's it. We're gonna let this pour into the keg for a bit. We'll be back. So probably the last video, or close to it, we're carbon the beer now. So I already took the oxygen out, I purged it. So now we have it in the keg, pretty close to 5 gallons. I'm just gonna throw my CO2 on there, make sure it's on the end. I'm gonna turn it up to 30 PSI. Now this is called forced carbonating. I kind of do I don't know, not a true forced carbonating. I let it go for a couple of days at 30. So you can hear that hiss. It's going in there. All right, we're at 30. So now what I'm gonna do is just shake it around a bit. And as I shake it, you can hear the CO2. It's just force carbing it. It's forcing CO2 in there and getting it to go. So I'm going to do this for about, I don't know, 15 seconds. Perfect. I'm going to keep it at 30. I can lock it. And I'm going to do that for about a day. And then I'm going to take it down to maybe a 20. And then maybe serving at like 10, 8 PSI. We're going to be good. I'm going to fill up some growlers. We're going to talk about a giveaway, possibly. Giving it to the show. We'll see how it goes. That's it. Cheers.
All right, we're good.
All right, welcome to KMS Brewers on Papi's Kitchen. This is our first, let's call it a pilot episode. We love craft beer. We love the KMS community. We think it goes hand in hand. Whenever you hit a brewery, whenever you hit a package store, whenever you're out and you see somebody that enjoys craft beer, you instantly connect with them, and same thing with KMS. So we're going to try to do this, I don't know, every week, every other week, and just bullshit and, have some beer, enjoy it, talk about it. Today I have with me one of my favorites on Twitter, Minifan Kim Jong-un. My forever date for 5Ks and Trillium, Inspector J.
Hola.
And then Medium Papi, the flavor of the month for Discord.
Oh.
We love him.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So what's going on, boys? What are we drinking today, Papi?
So for this, I have a very special beer, actually. The first time that Hill Farmstead Brewery has ever canned Edward, their flagship beer. So I got that right here. They've never canned it before in 10 years of being open, and I'm opening one of my 2 or 3 cans that I have just for this show. So Edward, flagship American Pale Ale from Hill Farm.
One of the pioneers of the New England IPA and the #1 brewer in the world.
Cheers,
Beautiful.
boys.
Oh, Forest Green. Very nice. Inspector J, what do you got?
It's part of my birthday mix pack from my son. I have Scorpion Bowl IPA from Stone. Some people have gotten together for a few Scorpion Bowls, and I'll leave it at that.
I think we all know what that means. Minifan, what do you got?
I am drinking a 2013 Bourbon County Barley Wine.
There you go. There you go.
We talked about it earlier. I was
Cheers.
thinking of opening mine up. I still might. But right now I'm doing a 6-point triple IPA. It's 11.8%. One of the reasons why I picked this, I was just at a random gas station and saw it, is one of my favorite breweries, Trillium. Their head brewer went to 6-point, and he started brewing over there. And they made this triple IPA. So I'm like, hey, can't go wrong. It must be great. Little boozy. Not enjoying it, but, it's beer. So.
Hell yeah.
So, Papi, what do we got going on?
So, man, I'm just happy to be, starting off with this kind of theme. I think that you and I have both had really good experiences in the craft beer scene, from trading groups to different crews.
For sure.
VBT and all that stuff. I think we've had a great overall experience in craft beer. We've also had a great experience in the Cook Minahan world. So, combining the two kind of worlds is kind of a natural fit. So I'm just pumped to be here, hanging out with you guys, drinking some good beers, talking beer. The fact that you're brewing some awesome beer, adds a lot to it. So, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, I just kegged it today, the McGarry Sticky Stout. It ended up at 7.6%. That was after I added the coffee. I didn't put that into my percentage. So it was supposed to be around 8, but I'm happy with 7.6.
Perfect.
So we're going to carbon that up now. We'll see what's going to happen. So I'm Minifan Kim Jong-un. Favorite brewery, like anything that's close by, or, I know it's tough to say favorite brewery to a craft beer fan, but is there something close by that you just go a lot or just think about and like, shit, I need to get there?
So, there's the standby is Trillium and Treehouse, being in Massachusetts. But lately, my favorite is actually Back East Brewery in Bloomfield, Connecticut. In my opinion, I think that the Ice Cream Man is the best IPA on the market right now. I love it. I think it's balanced. I think it's a very well done beer. Not a lot of people outside of Connecticut know about it, that aren't really big into craft beer. And during the whole coronavirus thing, they had an awesome way of getting the beer. They had a whole setup. They just when you wait in your car, you would pay ahead of time. You get your beer and you take off. And it was a nice way to spend a Saturday morning to get away from the wife and kids after being in the house all week with them. It's just that's my favorite beer right now. I missed the double scoop release. I was kind of upset about that, but I was able to get some ice cream in. I think that's just as good as Trillium, Treehouse, or anybody else for that matter.
Is that a lactose IPA?
That one, wait, hold on. I don't think that one was. That's their New England. I'll have to double check. I don't think that one is the lactose.
You figure like anytime they have like ice cream or milk or something, it would be lactose.
True.
But I'm not a huge lactose guy. I mean, I enjoy trying them, but I don't know. They just don't do it for me all the time. Depends how balanced it is.
Yeah, I'm not a big lactose guy in my beer. So it's their New England style IPA.
I'm not a big lactose guy in regular beers, but in stouts, I love lactose.
Yeah. I would say
Treehouse-
sours too, like some of the sours.
Yeah, sour as well. Like Treehouse, I bought a mixed case from Treehouse like a week ago. It was a 12-pack sampler pack, so like 12 different stouts, one each of all their different unique stouts. So that was awesome. I mean, the fact that I could just order that on the Treehouse website, make the half an hour drive over there. They basically drop it right off the side of your car and they leave. You just pick up the case, put it in your car, and leave. So for 12 different unique Treehouse stouts, that was an awesome deal.
That's pretty cool.
I've been enjoying. So I love their. They do a great job with milk stouts. Treehouse milk stouts.
They do.
Are delicious.
They do a great job at IPAs, stouts. They're just getting to the sour game a bit. Maybe for the last year or so. Inspector J. So I know you said your son gave you that the mix pack. Where did you kind of start with craft beer? We've been to Trillium before. Any even if it's like an old school, Sierra Nevada, or was there like a beer you remember outside of the light lager beers that really like sparks your memory of something that started you to get to craft beer?
Well, I'm so old. There really was no craft beer when.
I remember the day.
You guys,
Sam Adams and maybe Sierra Nevada. That's
you guys weren't even born when I was homebrewing, I can imagine. I was an original shareholder in Sam Adams. I got in a lottery.
Really?
I got
that's sick.
33,
that's cool.
33 shares at $13 a share was some weird number. So I don't have it anymore. I wish I did because it's in the 300s. But I sold some off at 75, 100. When I was unemployed or whatever. But that's just a side note. So some of my favorites with 2 kids in college. I don't have a lot of discretionary income, so I'm more of a buy it at the store. But I have been to. My brother lives in Asheville, North Carolina. It's one of the top beer cities in the U.S. So I've been to Dale's. I went to that facility. Their brewery,
Great
Dale's
beer.
Pale Ale.
First, big canning company.
Yeah.
They canned everything.
Yep. I think
Oscar Blues.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
You got it. Yep. And I was telling you guys I went to Goose Island quite a while ago. In Asheville, my favorites were the Green Man and
Green Man.
And Wicked Weed. And
Oh, yeah.
although I'm not a sour guy, they're known for their sours.
So Wicked
Wicked
Weed is
Weed?
actually, they're a very interesting story. They're a great brewery, but they were purchased by Anheuser-Busch InBev about maybe close to a year ago. So they caught a lot of heat in the craft community. People love their stuff, but then when AB InBev bought them, they caught a lot of flack.
I liked that beer a lot. I really did. And then when I could get the Pernicious IPA and this other stuff, it just did not taste it. I mean, we talk about that all the time. You have your first times, the first time I went to Alchemist and how heady copper tasted. And then now when you get it, it's still phenomenal, but it's just that first time you go. Or even I would say my favorite beer that I tried first that blew my mind was Trillium Uppercase. It was the best IPA in the world. Literally, I was nothing can compare to this. And the newer stuff has not done it. I just don't know if I've tried different stuff. What do you guys think that as the years go by, Do you think that it's like the recipe's changing, or you're just getting a different palate?
I think it's a combination of both, actually. I think that what you have is, when we all started, I guarantee, Heady Topper was king. And then as New England IPA, came in, everyone started flocking to those Trillium and Treehouse and, Fiddlehead. But I will say that when Trillium started at Fort Point, and then they went to Canton, and then people, it wasn't just, us noticing this. Everyone started noticing that Congress Street and Headroom, which they, changed. Things were changing. Things were not the same. They were still phenomenal, still way better than anything you're going to get at a liquor store. But everyone noticed that the tastes were changing. And we were talking about this earlier. When Fiddlehead went to scale with Second Fiddle, I think it's a lot harsher. A lot of people I know think the same thing, that it's gotten harsher. It's not the same beer that, people had 5 years ago. So I think as a lot of these guys expand and they make that recipe bigger, either they're cheaping out on products, or they are actually just, these beers aren't made to go that big in production.
So I completely agree with Kim. But I think that, like, a lot of people think, investors might think this, banks and etc. When you scale a product, like let's say Julius or Green or Hayes, whatever, just because you multiply the ingredients by 10 times does not mean the same product is going to come out on the other side. You might think, okay, same ingredients, same ratios, whatever. But for some reason, when they scale these products up on much bigger batches, they just don't translate. And it's really a tragedy, because the old Trillium, the old Treehouse was amazing. And I wish I could scale it up, but it's been a real struggle.
Well, it's interesting. I think Fiddlehead, the regular IPA, actually got better when they went to scale. I think that today that beer is better than it was 5 years ago.
If I would say, if I had like an island, that would be my beer to pick forever. I love that beer. The new regular, Fiddlehead. I mean, there's so many beers but that one's just like so smooth and just light and crisp and hoppy.
That's actually a great question. If you guys all were to go to an island and you can only bring one beer, what would the beer be? CBM kind of answered for himself. How about Kim and Jay? What's your number one beer that you would take with you if you had to?
So another place that I wanted to mention, and this would probably be a tiny craft brewery out in Turners Falls, Massachusetts, which is where I grew up.
Honest Weight?
Close. That's in Orange. Yep, they're very good. But it's called Brick and Feather.
Oh, yeah.
And In Absentia, I should know the name of it, but that's probably the favorite I've had so far. And that's the one that I would go with.
That's a great answer. They do awesome beer. I've met Brick and Feather at a few events. I've met them at a couple events at Julio's Beer and Liquors in Westboro. I've also drank a bunch of their beer at Armsby Abbey in Worcester. So that is an awesome answer.
Oh, great place, Armsby Abbey.
I love their beer.
It's funny. My brother was on first name basis with them because he started going there when they first opened, and they literally know him by his first name because he was in there all the time.
They're like kind of pretentious, even like Hill Farmstead. They're like, oh my God, you need to eat food with your beer, and they have like a towel over their arm and shit that. It's funny.
But for me, I'd have to say it will probably be Bissell. No, should I go with Ice Cream Man? I really would. I think that's my favorite beer right now. But if it was the first Congress Street I ever had out of a growler. So that day, it was back when I was in Fort Point. Got a growler. It was the first time I ever had it. Got back to my condo at the time with my wife, and I remember cracking it and thinking, oh my God, this is the best beer I've ever had in my entire life. And I've never had that with any other beer that I've ever tried for the first time than Congress Street when it was at the 4 Point. But I'd say if I could recreate that beer, that's the beer I'd take to the island.
You know what's one? This is random, but one beer that Trillium has not made again. They've made variations. Is Wake Robin. It was their red Belgian. Oh, so good. And I remember just tasting that over there, grabbing bottles. They haven't made that, which is kind of weird to me. They've made some red Belgians though.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they put that out? That beer was phenomenal.
I think some of the issues is not just scale, but it's travel. Was it in a 18-wheeler that's 100 degrees? Because like an example, what is it? Bell Hearted Pale Ale.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Michigan.
Two-Hearted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like that was supposed to be off the charts. And then when it came to New England and I tried it, I was like, nah, this doesn't seem to taste the same, when I had it somewhere.
I took my niece to Indiana for a show, a Luke Bryan show. I didn't go, but I drove over there with my wife, and I had it on tap. I had Zombie Dust, and I had Two-Hearted Ale fresh on tap. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It does not translate in bottles. Absolutely not.
And the same with liquid, Lawson's Liquid Sunshine,
Sip of
same
Sunshine,
thing.
Sip of Sunshine.
Yeah, Sip of Sunshine.
Did you ever have Sip of Sunshine back when it was in the bottle? Because I swear to God,
No,
it was
not in a
way
bottle.
better out of a bottle than it was ever. It was before they went.
I had it on tap a bunch of times.
I have
Blew my
not.
mind.
I have not, but I completely agree with you because Trillium at first, when I first had Trillium, it was distributed to Julio's in Westboro, Mass, and it was in bottles. You can get their,
They did a
their
Yankee
Ford
too.
Point, the Ford Point and the Congress Street, both in bottles, distroed, and it was delicious. Since then, it's gone downhill for sure, but I don't know if it's me just being a snob and being like, it tasted better in the beginning.
Yeah, you're a snob.
Or,
No.
I'm definitely a snob. I'm definitely an asshole and a snob, but I feel like it's gone a little bit downhill.
Oh, you're very self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
all right, boys. I mean, we've been going for about 15 minutes, so I think we're good. I think that's the time allotted. We're going to come up with some new questions maybe next time. We'll collaborate, maybe get one other person. We're supposed to have one other, but there was an issue, but no big deal. Maybe we'll get him here next time,
Yep.
and let's do this again.
Yeah, I also want to draw a little bit of attention to CBM's home brew
Sure.
that he's doing. CBM has put some amazing ingredients into a stout that he's brewing. Death Wish coffee,
Yeah.
Mama Gary's sticky stout. So we're not sure exactly the format that we're going to do for the giveaway, but keep your eyes peeled. We're going to have a giveaway a couple of growlers of that stout. You don't want to miss it. So stay tuned to our Twitters, CBM and myself Twitters. You don't want to miss the chance to get a little bit of that stout.
Yeah, so actually right before this or right after, we're not sure of the format, I kegged it today. So we're going to have some footage of me, my kegging it and stuff like that. So we'll see. I want to make sure the product's perfect. So I'm going to test it within the next week. If we're good, I'm actually going to send some to Steve. I already DM'd him and he said he'd definitely try it. And I'm very happy that Mike drank this weekend. So he already popped his cherry. So he's definitely going to try some. I'm going to send them a nice 16-ounce growler.
CBM, can you give me a quick rundown on the ingredients in the stout?
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm sorry, I haven't written down.
No, I mean not everything, but just the overall.
I'll be happy to
yeah.
autograph any
Go.
bottles as well. That will help.
All
with the
right. So
fundraising.
for grains, I use 10 pounds of Maris Otter, which is a darker, almost 2-row. A pound of chocolate, 12 ounces roasted barley, a pound of caramel 80, and 2 pounds of flaked oats for head retention. I use 0.5 ounces of CTZ hops and 60 minutes of the boil to give it a little bit of bitterness. And then the rest I used some Fuggles, which is common in most like stouts and porters. Some yeast nutrient, some more Fuggles, and then I put 72% chocolate, 4 ounces of that. And then I did 6 tablespoons of coarsely ground coffee. And then in the secondary, I did vanilla steeped in vodka. And I also did 2 cups of Death Wish coffee that was cold brewed.
So
I tasted it today.
chocolate, caramel, coffee,
Vanilla bomb.
vanilla. This is ridiculous.
Bomb. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, this guy's off the charts.
It's good. We'll see. I mean, I'm really hoping. I think Steve will like it. I hope Mike likes it, and they'll talk about it. Then that's what I was thinking. If they actually like it, then we can say, "Hey, here's the giveaway." Steve likes it. They like it. So we'll see.
Does Steve even know shit about beer, though?
We'll find out. We'll
Probably
find out.
not.
No.
Probably not.
So the first ever KMS beer brewed ever, insane ingredients. CBM put a lot of love and attention into it. Keep your eyes peeled on Twitter for a way to possibly win a growler of it. Other than that, we're happy to have founded the KMS beer and spirits kind of page. We're gonna have a weekly meeting where we can discuss beer, try some beers, brew some beer, whatever else that follows. CBM, thank you so much for brewing that beer. You've been done an awesome job putting together this group, and thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you, guys. I can't wait to brew that beer for the barbecue. We're gonna fucking tear Justin's fucking house up. I cannot wait.
I think it's already destroyed. But anyway,
Oh, that deck is going demolished. It's gonna
well,
be
his dad's a
demolished.
cop, so behave.
Ah, damn it. All right, boys.
Take
This
care,
was
guys.
fun. Cheers.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Later.